This is a complete weekly sales performance analysis, looking at the main financial metrics, including net sales, volume, and gross margin, as well as the main customer drivers for positive and negative contribution. There's also management commentary ready for a leadership meeting, all saved in a formatted Excel file. This financial analysis was done directly from an SQL database of sales data, but I didn't write a single line of SQL code. Claude produced all of it. It connected to the SQL database, worked out the schema on its own, wrote the queries, and reconciled its own numbers, as well as producing this management level pack. And I'm going to show you exactly how. I'm a CPA, and I'm also going to show you the one step you should never miss to make sure your numbers are correct. Here's a setup. We're in Visual Studio Code. On the left, we have an Azure SQL database. It's a demo database I built that mirrors an FMCG business. It has customers, products, and date dimensions tables. It also has a sales fact table at invoice line level. It also has views set up, which is a more efficient way of running database queries for large databases. Now on the right, I have Claude Code running inside Visual Studio Code. I've checked and it is connected to this database. In the middle, we also have our query window, and I'm going to run an SQL query in this window to double check our numbers that Claude is giving us. So with the first prompt, I'm going to treat Claude like an analyst on day one and just ask it to look around the database. Connect to the Finance Data Pro database, explore it and tell me what tables and views exist and how they relate, what date ranges the sales data covers, what a completed week means in this data. Don't run anything heavy, just lightweight queries to map the schema. So I asked Claude to explore the database. It's telling us that we have a star schema, one fact table, which is a sales table, with supporting and dimension tables, which is correct. It's then giving us our relationships between the tables. It's telling us that the views are built, which we can see here. It's also giving us our date ranges. Now these are the dates that have been loaded in. And then the last question I asked was the completed week definition. And the weeks run from Monday to Sunday. It's telling us that the data stops at the 29th of the 6th. That's an incomplete week and the rest are complete. This is important because sometimes you can be comparing incomplete weeks with your data, and obviously that's going to lead to some variance analysis that are incorrect. So this is a really good thing that Claude's pointed out. Next, we're going to move on to some analysis with Claude Code, and I'm going to ask it for the latest completed week versus the prior week, looking into net sales, gross margin, and the variance. And I'm going to tell it to use these views rather than hammering down on the fact tables, because on big databases, that's often the difference between a quick query and a timeout. So the second prompt. Using only the completed weeks, where all 7 days of data exists, compare the latest completed week to the prior week. Using net sales, volume, and gross margin percentage for each week, give me the variance in dollars and percentage. Use the views where sensible rather than scanning the fact tables. And show me the SQL you run and the results. So as asked, Claude has come back with not only the analysis, it's also given us the SQL queries that it ran, which is a great way to double check what it's done and then use them yourself if you need to. It's given us the results for the full latest week and the one prior to that. And it's left out the week that is in the database, which is incomplete, which is really helpful to know that it's given us the right results. So it's given us a variance here, our last week versus the prior week, and we have our net sales up by $8,763. Now at this point, I like to run my own queries just to double check that we have the right numbers with my old school SQL queries and Claude. So I'm actually going to copy and paste the query that I usually run into the database just to make sure I get this net sales variance the same. This is the SQL query that I've been running week on week to get my variances, and I'll run this and we'll get our results down in the pane. And here we have our week ending the 28th of the 6th as 612479, which is exactly the same, and likewise our 603716 with our difference, the 8763, which is here. So now I can be confident that Claude has run the SQL queries, doing the same analysis that I have been doing each week manually. It's now bringing in the correct numbers, so I can be confident now going forward with the analysis it's giving us. So down here, looking at our variance that Claude has done, we can see our net sales is up, that 8,763. Our case volume's up. However, our gross margin is down. This is interesting. It's not that we're selling less, we're actually making less profit. And any analyst could show management these numbers and these variances, but we want to dig into this further and figure out what is driving this. And so the next prompt is I'm going to ask Claude to find some key drivers of these variances. So the next prompt will be, tell me who is driving the net sales change. Rank customers by net sales variance between those 2 weeks. Give me the top 5 positive and top 5 negative drivers within their region, channel, with volume variance and margin variance. And important, the sum of all customer variances must reconcile to the total week-on-week variance you calculated before. Show me that reconciliation. Claude has delivered our positive and negative drivers. And the reason I asked for that reconciliation again in the prompt was because as an accountant or a financial professional, we always need to make sure our numbers are reconciling to the correct totals or variances. So as you can see down here, it's given us that. It's reconciled it again back to our 8763. So again, I'm confident with the numbers it's using. As asked, Claude has brought back our top 5 customers, and this is critical information. Our net sales are up by quite a significant amount with these top 5 customers. Likewise, it's given us our top 5 negative drivers in our customers, and it's looking at sales variance, volume variance, and margin variance. Now, this is really critical information. It's what the sales team need to see as soon as possible, and Claude has given all of this within minutes from the past week's data. So if you can pull this quickly on a Monday morning, you can give critical information to your sales team to start acting on for the current week, finding those customers that need some more attention and getting onto that quickly. This is amazing. And down here, it's given a little bit of commentary. It's telling us that this coastal collective group is by far the largest single mover in either direction. Really important information. We're going to go further now. In our next prompt, we're going to ask for some more commentary that will go in the management pack that will be emailed out with the weekly numbers. So I'm going to ask Claude, draft 4 bullet points of management commentary for this week's performance, written the way an FP&A analyst would present it at a leadership meeting. Stick strictly to what the data shows, no speculation about causes we haven't tested. Okay, so I always like to review commentary that AI has produced just to ensure that I'm comfortable with what it's got. Claude has given us our 4 bullet points that we've asked. It's focused on the net sales variance, which we reconciled back with our query. Secondly, it's talking about case volume increase, 131 case increase. And then it's talking about which customers contributed to the variance. It's highlighting the largest positive contributor and the lowest one. And the 4th point is actually talking about our reconciliation, which we have asked it specifically, so that's probably why it's brought it up again. This is pretty good commentary to get out quickly on a Monday morning for the previous week. So the next thing I'm going to do is ask it to produce the Excel file, which will be sent around to management about the previous week results. So I'm going to ask Claude, from the analysis above, create an executive summary report in Excel with 1 summary sheet, the weekly comparison, 1 customer driver sheet, and 1 commentary sheet. Requery the database for the final figures rather than retyping them from this conversation. I'm just going to paste in where I want the file saved. So as asked, Claude has created an Excel file in the folder I asked it to. So we'll open that up and have a look. And here we go. We have our weekly sales performance. We have our net sales, our quantity, our volume, our gross margin, and our gross margin percentage. And there's our 8763 that we keep coming back to. We also have our main customer drivers. The green are the customers in positive contribution to the revenue, and the red ones are the negative. And there's our $58,000 coastal collective group, which is the largest negative contributor. It's also given us our 4 points here, our commentary. So this is amazing. In a matter of minutes, Claude Code has queried a large database for the previous week and the week before that. It's given our variances, it's given the drivers, and it's given the commentary. This has really cut down on work for week-on-week financial analysis. But there's one big issue with this. Currently, we're working with prompts. So every Monday, I would have to go in and query the database again with the same prompts. And the problem with that is if I forget one rule or I forget one of the prompts, I have to start again, and it's time consuming and it's not automation. So in the next video, I'm going to teach Claude how to do this automatically every Monday morning. 1 command, same analysis every Monday. I'm going to build a Claude skill on camera using these same prompts, but cutting down on this manual work. So if you're a finance professional looking to increase your AI and data analysis skills, subscribe. I release a video every week, and I'll see you in the next one.